Hi everybody, it's Carla, and today I want to talk a little bit about reincarnation. So I try to answer all the comments and questions that people leave on my videos. I do the best that I can. Whoa, don't fall. I do the best that I can. And sometimes I miss stuff. But I do want to talk about reincarnation because a lot of people, they're just sick of being here. They're sick of being here. This is a difficult place, okay? I'm sorry about the wobbly video. This is a difficult place. I get it. I so get it, okay? I'm human too, so I fucking get it. But I just want to tell you, there are other places that you can incarnate to. You don't have to stick to planet Earth. You can incarnate to another planet somewhere else. It doesn't have to be here. You could incarnate to a gentler planet, a gentler place, if you'd like to. I'm not saying you're not going to go through some of the same processes of things that you need to learn and things like that. The whole point of people coming back and having life after life after life is try to evolve the soul to get to a place of ascension where you do not need to come back. You may choose to come back because you're like, oh man, those poor suckers on earth, you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to help them. Or I'm going to go back and I know these are the people that I'm going to help. There's a certain amount of people. I know who they are. I'm going to help them. But guess what? Once you get here, you're going to forget that. You're going to forget it until you start finding your path and your soul purpose or whatever. Even people that don't need to come back, once they get here, most of the time they forget. They forget that they don't need to come back. And once they get here, they start doing stupid human things like, oh man, I'm going to do this or do that. I don't have any examples off the top of my head, but they'll start doing human things. Even though they're an evolved soul, they might get sucked up into the human experience. And I understand that. Some souls are here voluntarily to help other people. And guess what? They're not all prim and proper, and they're not all super woo-woo, or they might not even be super spiritual or whatever. They might not be. Most of the time they're not assholes, though, I can tell you that, but here to help, here to help. If it's 100 people or 200 people or 1,000 people or 20,000, doesn't matter. And once you get to that point where your soul is evolved and you have ascended and you have learned all the things that you, first of all, needed to learn or you wanted to learn or experience or whatever, then you have the choice where you do not have to come back. Then it's going to be a voluntary thing. You're going to be like, I'm going to go back because I know that the earth experience is very short. It's a blip. It is a blip. We are here for a short time. Even if you live to be 100, that is still a short time because we spend so much more time in the spirit world than we do here. We do. That is our home. That is where we spend the majority of our time. That doesn't mean that if you wanted to reincarnate quickly that you couldn't. You could. But most people, they take their time. And guess what? Nobody's going to force you to come back until you're ready. When you're ready and you're like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going in, coach. I'm going in. Then you're going to come back. And even then, on your way, you might decide, wait a minute, I'm not ready. Meaning, if your mother is pregnant with you, you're going to have a miscarriage. That's what miscarriage is. I've done a video on that before. Miscarriage is that soul hitting the eject button saying, I'm not ready for this. It is too difficult there. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Stillbirth is the same thing, even a crib death. Because there's a certain amount of time where you have to say, you know what, I'm going back home. I want to go back home. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And I know that's difficult for some people to hear. But miscarriages are not the fault of the mother. It's not. And more than likely, you're going to get the same soul. meaning the baby that you were supposed to have that miscarried, a year down the road, 2 years, however long, it's going to be the same one. In most cases, that's what happens. Not every case, but in most cases it is. So, going back to reincarnation, you do not have to come to the earth. You can go to another planet. You can go to some other dimension. It doesn't even have to be similar to the earth. It could be so different. It might be a lighter, more energy-based place where you go. There's lots of different places to go. The earth is a tough place, so anybody that's here, that came here, you have balls and you're brave. This is a very difficult place. But from what I understand, you learn stuff quicker here because of the difficulties that we have on this planet. So for those people that say, I just don't want to come back, I don't want to exist, I don't want to do this, I understand. When it's your time, go to a different place. Go to another planet. You can. You can go to a different place. And remember, you spend more time in the spirit world than you do here. This is a blip. It is only a blip. Okay? When people are passed and they're on the other side and it's been 20 years and we're sitting here missing them and we're crying, to them, it doesn't feel like 20 years. And they're like, we're going to be together soon. We'll see you. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. To us, it feels like forever. So anyways, just a little thing about reincarnation. You come back when you're ready. Nobody's going to force you to come back at a specific time. You come back when you're ready to come back and you're ready to face it all again, because there's other things you want to learn or that you need to learn that you didn't get to do the last time. Then you come back. You know? Oh, and don't feel bad if you don't finish all the stuff that you planned on doing when you came here. It's not a race. It is not a race. If you don't get to it or you don't finish it, there's no penalty. There's no penalty for that. Anyways, until next time, everybody have a good day and relax. All good. Until next time, make sure this doesn't fall.